Okay, today we're going to be checking out a defective socket on a 196-22. The fix that I'm going to show here will work for just about any fixture that has the 3-light cluster in the middle. So the first thing you want to do before you really start getting into it is you want to take a look inside the sockets. You want to make sure that the outer ring is intact, and then you also want to make sure that the center tab is intact as well. I can't really see it with my finger in the way, but you want to make sure that that's intact on all three sockets. If any of them are not, then you're going to need a new socket or a new fixture depending on the situation. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to flip her upside down. You can do this while the fixture is still mounted. It's obviously going to be a lot more difficult to do, and you also want to make sure that there's no power going to the light if you are working on this while it's installed. Now, the first thing, you have this little nub here at the bottom. Sometimes it's a nub. If something screws onto the bottom, it might be a long hex nut. Either way, you just want to take that off because it's what's covering the cap. If it doesn't want to move, this one's moving pretty well, but if for whatever reason you can't twist this off, grab the outer edge of the cap and twist it at the same time as you're twisting that little nub, and then it'll come right off for you. Alright, so on this one, I'm pretty sure there's no problems with this one, but for the sake of the video, what you will normally find if you have one socket out or all sockets out is that one of these wires is not connected. And all you have to do is remove the electrical tape. Then you're just going to want to make sure that all the wires are together. So each one of these sockets is going to have two wires coming from it, a black one and a white one. So you're going to want to take the white wire from every single socket, put them all together, and then you're also going to want to take the white wire that's going to go up into your ceiling and tie it in with those as well. Put them all together, give them a little twist, make sure that your wires are all lined up so you can get the best possible gathering. Put your moret back on, twist it in place, and you're going to keep twisting until the wires start to twist as well. Once the wires start to twist and you can't really twist anymore, you've got a good solid connection, you want to be sure, give each one of the wires that you put in there a little tug, and if any of them come out, then you haven't got a good connection, one of them's loose, you're going to have to do this all over again. But it looks like we've got her pretty well here. For the sake of time, I'm not going to do it, but you're going to want to get some more electrical tape, tape that back up. What I usually do is I'll put tape around the wires to tie them all together, and then I'll keep wrapping around the moret and then back down again, just so I have a good solid connection. There's no chance they're, getting loose. And, same thing for the black. Take the black wires from every socket, put them together. And then the black wire that is coming, or I guess will be going to the power source. Put them all together, twist them together, put your moret back on. Crank it till it's good and wrapped, and that's a wrap. If you want, you can shut her down now. I'll just do a taping of one of these just so you guys can see what I'm going on about. Usually I'll pull off about that much tape. That's usually more than enough. And I'll wrap it in the same direction as the wires are binding. See, I don't go all the way over top of the moret. It's more to just keep the wires and the moret stationary when you go to cram them all back in. Alright, then you take your wires. What I'll usually do is I'll take the moret and I'll tuck it underneath one of these nuts that hold the socket in place. and, you know, do the same for the white. Now, some of the times when you go and take these apart, this nut in the center will be higher up, and it creates a pinch point. So if you are in that situation, you just want to make sure that all the wires that are in this little hub are shoved off to the side, far away from the pinch point, but not overhanging over the edge, because when you put this cap back on, you don't want to pinch anything around the edges either. So pop her on there, put your cap back on, call it a day.